I'm not gonna let everybody just keep I'm not gonna be America's punching bag and motherfuckers just wanna think it's cool and safe to say whatever the they want about me.
Eminem had a little back and forth with Tyler, the Creator, and ever since, it seems like things changed for both of them. Their beef changed the rap game, and for the very first time, we saw M take back some of the things he said on wax. Tyler and M have always shared praise and positive overall feelings for each other. Since day one, M saw Tyler as this new kid on the block who's got the charm and the originality to follow with it. Tyler, on the other hand, grew up listening to Eminem's music, and he was his inspiration. But Tyler, being, well, Tyler, he will speak up about the things he don't like. Such was the case with some of the newer music that M released. And as soon as Tyler heard some of it, he was like, nah, that ain't Marshall. Back on November 27th, 2014, Tyler, the Creator, took to Twitter to share his thoughts. He straight up said he loved Eminem, but his new project, Shady 15, just wasn't cutting it. We love you, Marshall. You are my favorite rapper, but dude, Shady 15 is fucking ass. Why won't someone who loves him tell him no? For those of you who don't know, Shady 15 was a compilation album featuring artists from Eminem's label, Shady Records. It dropped just 3 days before Tyler's tweet. Now, this album was meant to celebrate the label's 15th anniversary, being their 15th project. But to be real, fans and critics were not too thrilled about it at all. They thought it was kind of meh and didn't live up to Eminem's usual quality. Some even called it a quick cash grab rather than a true passion project. On the Funk Flex interview from a few years back, he said,
favorite rapper really inspired me. I don't like his new stuff, and he doesn't like that. I don't like his new stuff, and he dissed me on his last album. And I remember hearing it.
Why did he?
But the reason why Tyler got all crampy with M was because M had a massive wave of success with his previous albums, and then came Revival, something that not a lot of folks expected. Tyler only wanted Eminem, as most of his fans did, to do what he does best, not see him turn into a mainstream artist who does pop music. In Tyler's eyes, M was losing his shine. So in 2017, Eminem teamed up with Beyonce for his heartfelt track Walk on Water, giving us a taste of what's to come on his 9th album, Revival. Beyonce's stunning vocals, soulful piano sound, and Eminem diving deep into reflections on his life and career, getting more intense as he goes. He raps about feeling unchanged despite all of his success, and how people look up to him like he's some kind of god, but he knows it's all just a front, and he's tired of keeping up the act. M teased the song on Instagram with a fake medical ad for a drug called Revival, urging people not to miss their chance and to seize the moment. Pretty clever marketing, honestly. Walk on Water was supposed to be his massive hit, but it ended up falling pretty flat. It had all that pop star ingredient to make it big, but it lacked that spark, that reason for existing. People were pretty apathetic about it, and that's when Tyler, the Creator, stepped in. According to some, he summed up the track perfectly with his tweet. This song is horrible. Sheesh. That was a low blow. Dear God, this song is horrible. Sheesh. How the safe to say Tyler stepped on some toes when he decided to tweet about M in such a way, and boy, did it turn back to bite him. As always, Eminem was patient with his craft, and sometime later, he came back for Tyler, giving him a taste of his own medicine. In 2018, Eminem dropped yet another album, The Kamikaze. It was a surprise album, but the biggest surprise of them all was the diss track called Fall, and boy did it cause a ruckus. He went after various hip-hop figures like Joe Budden and Lord Jamar, but the one that got the most attention was his attack on Tyler, the Creator. The Budden diss went a little something like this.
Somebody tell Budden before I stab he better fasten it, or have his body bag and zip the closest thing he's had to hit to smacking bitch.
The Lord Jamar was hit with some nasty lyrics too. M rapped,
"In forest, Lord Jamar, you better leave me the hell alone, or I'll show you and Elvis clone walk up in this house you own."
And last but not least, shots were fired at your boy Tyler. M did not hold back any smoke in this one. He made it very clear that Tyler was not welcome where M's from.
Tyler create nothing, I see why you called yourself a bitch. It's not just cause you lack attention, it's because you worship the 12's ball.
And let me tell you, it was hella controversial because folks found it homophobic. M didn't hold back, and it stirred up a whole lot of drama too. He was all fired up when he dissed Tyler, and he thought, man, this kid is always cool to me, and I liked his vibe. He's funny and super charismatic, but at some point, he felt like he had to defend himself, you know? But then he realized that the word he dropped on that track might have been taking things a little too far. He was so angry at the time that he really didn't care, but later it hit him that he was hurting a lot of other people with what he said. It just didn't sit right with him, and he knew he had to own up to it too. M's got feelings himself. Despite his regret, Tyler didn't seem bothered by it at all, as he revealed in his interview with The Guardian. He straight up said, "Did you ever hear me publicly say anything about that? Because I knew what the intent was." Tyler knew what M was getting at, and he didn't need anyone getting all offended on his behalf. He even shared a funny moment with his friends while playing Grand Theft Auto and hearing the diss. He just rewound it, went, "Oh," and carried on with the game like it was no big deal. Tyler's chill attitude was on point, even though it appears now as if Tyler wasn't too offended by the diss. After the whole drama went down, Eminem still had a change of heart, and he admitted to regretting those lyrics. He realized it was a pretty crappy way to respond to Tyler dissing Walk on Water.
You know, with the Tyler the Creator thing, man, I realize now, and I realized when I said it, but I wasn't like in the mind frame of, I was angry when I said the shit about Tyler.
And then M admitted that he may have taken things a bit too far with his diss track from Kamikaze. He went on to say,
At what point do I have to say something just to defend myself? And I think that the word that I called him on the album was, on that song, was one of the things where I felt like this might be too far.
Comments online sprouted immediately. This was not typical Eminem behavior, and people noticed it right away. It's not like him to apologize for anything that he's done, like ever. Besides that, one of the things that Tyler himself praised Eminem for. One person said, "I never thought I'd live to see the day that Eminem would apologize for a word that he bleeped out of his album." One person said they understand M and everything that he's done. He had to speak up at some point. I actually stand by Eminem and understand why he did what he did. He has the right to respond to the critics, but I do respect what he did in the aftermath. He regretted his comments towards Tyler, and I'm happy to hear that. Here's the deal with Tyler. The irony is off the charts. Back in the day, he faced bratty gay slurs himself, but now he's rapping about same-sex attraction to men in his album Igor. Still, when it comes to questions about his own sexuality outside of his lyrics, he's keeping it on the low. The UK banned him from 3 to 5 years in 2015 because of his past homophobic and misogynistic lyrics. Tyler thought it was dumb, and he was like, "I don't even want to come back." But it was the principle of it all that got to him. He felt like they were overreacting to his stuff, while letting in other crazy stuff. If you think about it, Eminem said stuff way worse than Tyler, yet he was never banned out of the UK. But hey, Tyler was let in the UK a few years back, and he felt like he won some invisible fight. Here's how the UK situation went down. Flashback to 2015, Tyler, the Creator, was all set to rock the stage at Reading and Leeds festivals that summer. But as soon as he touched down in the UK, things took a wild turn. He was taken to the detention room where they showed him lyrics from his early albums, Bastard and Goblin. Those tracks were released way back in 2009 and 2011, respectively. Despite having visited the UK before, they hit him with a ban, claiming he could not come into the country for 3 to 5 years. The then Home Secretary, Theresa May, used anti-terrorism laws as the excuse, accusing his music of promoting violence and intolerance towards homosexuality and stirring up hatred that could lead to terrorism. Tyler's life and career are a roller coaster for sure, especially of contradictions. If you think of the Igor, which revolves around love affair with a man, he's been rapping and talking about his attraction to guys for years now. In one of his tracks, I Ain't Got No Time, in the 2017 album Flower Boy, he dropped a bombshell with the line,
"Next line I have, I'm like, whoa, I've been kissing white boys since 2004.
But that's just the beginning of the complexity. His work keeps evolving, becoming more subtle, inventive, and audacious in its vision. It's like he's on his own walking paradox. Remember the opening line from his 2011 hit Yonkers?
I'm a walking paradox. No, I'm not.
Still, Tyler made it to the other end of the political hardships, and eventually he rocked the scene in the UK once more. Every time that Tyler comes up on that stage, the fans go absolutely wild, rocking Tyler merch and showing him all the love. It's a sight to behold. Man, you could practically feel the roof shaking from their cheers. The beef that existed between M and Tyler was one that came about as a result of two strong personas clashing. Both these guys have to express their opinions and tell the world how they feel because that's what music taught them, to show others what they're really about. Eminem and Tyler, the Creator, just showed each other what the reality and the truth that lay behind their actions. That's the type of beef that you actually should be okay with, because they both got out of this situation as better and smarter people. What's y'all's take on this incident between M and Tyler? Was it necessary or nah? Let us know what you think down in the comments section below. If you liked the video, be sure to click like, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend or two, and as always, be sure to just, keep it RIZZLE.